Let's proceed to the next lesson. This is really about enlargement. And so some of you enlarge a hexagon, a square, and most of you did a square, and that's great. So when you enlarge something, what are other words for enlargement? I'd like to ask that. What are the other words for enlargement?
Sorry, what did you say?
So we did the activity of enlargement. See here, in here we enlarge a hexagon, so a bigger hexagon, a much bigger hexagon, and we enlarge it with a certain scale factor. What are the other words for enlargement? So what I'm asking is, what are the synonyms? Expand, maybe. Yes, it's also called expansion. So you encounter in the books and in the internet that it's also called expansion. Are there any other words? So the topic that we have about enlargement or expansion, it's not really the proper word. It's not the proper word because you can also make it smaller. So in other books, they call it contraction or compression. Yeah? Contraction, compression, dilation. Yeah, it means it's getting smaller. And are there any other words to use when you compress, contract? Are there any other words that you know? What do you other words you call when you make it smaller?
Shrink.
Yes, yeah.
Downsizing.
Downsizing, yes. Those are the other words. And I'm trying to find a word that encompass both.
Minimalizing.
Yes, so it's getting smaller. Reduce, yes, reduction. Thank you. So those are words to describe that activity, but I want to have one word to mention those two things. Yeah, when you make it bigger and when you make it smaller. If you can find a word that makes it possible, yeah, to mean
Resizing.
both, that would be great. What was that again?
Resizing.
Resizing. I like that. That should be a better word, yeah? Bigler. What? Bigler? What does that mean?
Bad character in a book.
That's like some term you get in World War II.
Well, it's bigger and small mushed together.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah, bigler.
Bigler, so that means a bigger and smaller?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, I like those two, bigler and resizing. Resizing. I'm going to make a note of that, bigler and resizing, because that is a better word to describe the activity, because you could also go smaller.
We made it to the notebook, boys.
Yes, you made it in a notebook, and I'm going to write to the mathematicians and say this is a better book. This is a better activity. This is a better word, because when you in the books or in the internet, they only call it enlargement or contraction. Yeah, but resizing is a better idea. Thank you. Now, the word resize says it all, because in the activity and enlargement mainly is you change enlargement or contraction or resizing. In the activity of resizing, you change the size, but you don't change the shape, right? You change the size, but you don't change the shape. Now, here's the question for all of you. What do you call something, yeah, what you call when you change the location of the shape but not the size.